evening, morning, or afternoon, whenever you watch this. I just thought someone I knew from high school, and I didn't know the guy was so narrow-minded. I went through when I went to it was a institution. It wasn't rehabilitation. It was well, if you say state ordered reprimandation for having heroin bags. I used to do heroin in 2001, and for lack of a better word, I kicked. I went through withdrawal. Weeks went by, like 2 weeks, and someone I knew. It's a whole story. He called me a couple times, twice actually. He pressured me to get him because he had supposedly had some warrants on him. I was like, this is not a good idea. And I found out, and I make a joke about this. We took a bus. I never took a bus, so I was like, this is gonna be good. I'm not gonna make a joke about this and how I got arrested. That's another story. It stems from Seaside Heights. I insulted a psychic reader, yeah, and it had to do something. I wanted a cigarette. She got upset. Her sister, and she put some. It was like a curse on me. And every 2 years, started to get arrested. That was the first one, actually, in 2001. But anyway, I went through that. I was going that program. The city is called Elizabeth. I live not too far from there. I still do. It's actually the place where we used to go for. It was Narcotics Anonymous, and it wasn't just Narcotics Anonymous. Actually, no, that wasn't Narcotics Anonymous. It was an institutionalized program from the city. The hospital became Trinitas, and it's actually the same building that now they have the psychiatric unit. Actually, second floor, if I don't remember. Yeah. It's very much alike, except the I don't know, maybe it was the lower floor. Never mind, it was the same building. And I was going there for groups about like 2 or 3 times a week, like at least an hour or two. I remember, and I remember, I was going through that, and I was just, I was on the sensitive, not sensitive side, but I don't know if I had cravings. I wanted to be intoxicated then. And I wasn't looking for heroin, but I was looking for alcohol. Not looking for alcohol, just I was kind of craving it, like kind of in a way. It was just, I went through like, I dropped out of college. I didn't go the second semester. I had to drop out. I felt bad. I didn't go anywhere to work. I didn't understand, I got something else happened from some other people that really brought me down, actually, I don't know if I was depressed. I was just really out of it. And we're driving with this, this guy and his friend. Went to this cafe/bar, and he was just trying to make jokes. I didn't talk to this female, this woman. We were like in our early 20s. I don't want to say girl, but yeah, she was young adult like I was. The music was loud. She was with her friends. I felt uncomfortable, And then like I guess he was trying to say I'm a homosexual, gay. And I was like, yeah, I really just don't really want to, like, I didn't want to talk to her. It was music loud. He just came, laughing. And then, he played a song, and it was, I don't know what who the band was, but it was about doing cocaine and stuff like that. And I was getting high. I was like, can you just change that song, man? He just started laughing at me, kind of, And I was like, aren't you going to be a doctor? Don't you have like a logic about how psychology also, substance abuse? And then he tried to tell me a story. I think he was talking about me, but I think he was talking about his other friend. How like the only reason he did it just to fit in. And I was like, are you really talking about me? And even if not, it's like, it's just, his idea. He didn't understand how people that are addicted to substance abuse, they go through something they need to rehabilitate their mind, rejuvenate, recover, actually, Rehabilitate is another way to say it. And it was just, it's like, it bothers me because that individual, not saying he did a lot of damage to me with words and anything like that, It's just an immoral, narrow-minded person he was, And it's like that when you see that in person, when someone just mocks something like, something like substance abuse and how, there's, this, it's my substance abuse, even years after with alcohol, actually, it was a coping mechanism. It's a disorder, I needed time to recover, and he just trivialized it, and he was mocking it, the whole experience of recovery. So I just wanted to share that tonight, how there's like, he's a doctor. He's a doctor out there, and to have a doctor like that, and I experienced multiple doctors like that are just very narrow-minded, almost superficial, money is in the forefront. If you're not rich or like, financially set, they don't really respect you. And they will overlook anything else. They'll just bring that up in your face, actually. So it's kind of, when you see that happen, you kind of, you become bewildered. Especially, laugh at something like logic and, I don't know, healing.